Hare Krishna, welcome everyone to our Srimad Bhagavatam class. We'll begin with our prayers. Om Jnanatimidandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padikamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatan Sahagana Raghunatha तं सजीवं द्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादां सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तु ते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी नितिनामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna, welcome everyone. We are discussing on Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, and last time we discussed chapter number 16. In chapter 16, we heard the wonderful glorification of Prithu Maharaj by all the Suta, Magadha, Bandis, all the professional reciters. They glorified Prithu Maharaj, and Prithu Maharaj very nicely uh, congratulated them and chastised them mildly that you are glorifying me before I have performed something. It is not right. But still, they continued to glorify because it was the instruction and it was recommended by the great sages. Because the great sages, they had already told that how this personality, he is the avatar of the Lord and how he is not an ordinary personality. And then in the due course of glorification, they describe the future activities. As Prithu Maharaj, he'll be traveling all over the world. His spread will be spread. Tatra tatra girasta sta iti vishruta vikramaha shoshrit atma shitagatha prithu prithu parakramaha. Wherever Prithu would travel, he would hear his own glories. And then in the end, it was described as Prithu Maharaj, he would be traveling, he would hear his own glorification. And the future activities of Prithu Maharaj, it was described how he would level the earth uh, by his uh, by his arrows and by his weapons. He would milk the earth in the form of a cow. Then he would perform 100 Ashwamedh sacrifices, and he would learn the transcendental knowledge from the four Kumaras. So that's how the chapter ended. So today we'll be discussing the 17th chapter. 17th chapter is entitled as Prithu Maharaj. He is becoming angry on Mother Earth. मैत्रेय उवाच एवं स भगवान् वैन्य ख्यापितो गुणकर्मभिः छन्दयामास तान् कामै प्रतिपूज्याभिनन्द्य च. So Maitreya Muni now continues the discussion what happened. So in this way, as all the professional reciters, they were glorifying the Lord Prithu for his wonderful qualities, activities. Prithu Maharaj, he also offered them sufficient gifts. He also reciprocated with them. He also worshipped them. That is how a Vaishnava is. Sakala sammane korite shakati dehonath jatha jatha. A devotee respects everyone according to their level. So Prithu Maharaj worshipped them and glorified them and then satisfied all of them, satisfied all the leaders of the Brahmanas and other castes and all the ministers, priests. everyone was satisfied. All the citizens, they were satisfied by sufficient gifts and they all became happy. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that he respected all of them by saying very sweet words that blessings unto you. If I protect you, I'll be serving you. That is my service, to protect you. So the words of Prithu, they are very nicely described. They are like very sweet. Charu, Chitrapadam, Slakshanam, Rishtam, Gudham, Aviklavam, Sarvesham, Upakarartham, Tada, Anuvadanniva. The seven qualities of the speech of Prithu Maharaj is being described here. Charu, very, very pleasing. Chitrapada, full of metaphors. Slakshnam, very clear, very gentle, pleasing to everyone, without any duplicity, beneficial for everyone. So all these are the wonderful qualities of Prithu Maharaj's speech. And that's how uh, he pleased everyone. So then Maitre Muni, as he is glorifying, and he told in the last chapter that the future predictions, oh, he'll be traveling, he'll be leveling the earth, he'll be milking the cow. So Vidurji, naturally, as a very, very attentive listener, he asks questions. He asks many questions. He says, my dear Brahman, since Mother Earth is, she's called as Bahurupini, she can appear in any form. Why did she take the form of a cow? And when Prithu Maharaj milked her, what was the milking pot and who became the calf? Because unless the calf is there, Mother Earth will not give milk. So who was the milking pot and who became the calf? And he asked that surface of the earth is by nature uneven. Sometimes somewhere it is low, sometimes high. So how did Prithu level the earth? Third question he asks, why Indra? He stole the sacrificial horse. Fourth question he asks, what destination did Prithu achieve by performing, by hearing from Sanat Kumar? So this is very, very interesting to understand. Prithu Maharaj, he is a pure devotee of the Lord. And the four Kumaras, till now, they are not pure. They are Jnana Mishra Bhakta still. Krishna, all the four Kumaras, they met Lord Vishnu in the sixth Manvantar. And this Prithu Maharaj's pastime is happening in the first Manvantar. So they were Jnanis, they were Brahmavadis. So why, what destination Prithu will achieve by hearing from a Brahmavadi, Jnana Mishra? Did he merge in Brahman? What was the destination? Because Brahmavadis means they want to merge in Brahman. So that's why Vidurji is asking this question. Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport about the four sampradayas and Kumar Sampradaya prominently because the four Kumaras are mentioned here. Prabhupada writes, unless one accepts a mantra from one of these sampradayas, the so-called mantra will not act in Kali Yuga. In mantra, in Kali Yuga, everything is already revealed. Revealed means everyone knows. All the mantras, all the pujas, yajna, whatever is to be done, it is all there in the Google. If all information is there. So what is so secret? What is so amazing about taking initiation? Because in initiation also same mantra is heard. Same instructions are given. Prabhupada writes, unless one accepts a mantra from a sampradaya, the so-called mantra will not act. And because there are so many apasampradayas, so many bogus gurus, they have come up in Kali Yuga and they are misleading people. So therefore, because these sampradayas, those bogus gurus, bogus religious practices, they will not benefit anyone. So Prabhupada writes about the authenticity of knowledge, authenticity of parampara. That is our pride. One time, a South Indian devotee from another sampradaya, he came and he was talking to Prabhupada and he said, Swamiji, I have read your book. Your book is your Bhagavad Gita as it is. And it is, most of it is like Ramanujacharya's Bhagavad Gita. That means he's saying that you have not done anything great. You have just repeated the same thing. So actually it is an insult to author to say that you have just repeated or copied the same thing. But Srila Prabhupada, what he said? He said, thank you very much. That is my credit. So that's how parampara knowledge is very, very important. So Prithu Maharaj, Mrityur Muni continues the discussion. Prithu Maharaj was a very, very powerful avatar of the Lord. And Vidurji is asking questions. Sorry, he continues. After he asks four questions, he then tells that Prithu Maharaj is a very, very powerful incarnation. And uh, his activities must be very pleasing to hear. And it must produce all good fortune. Can you tell me in detail? Can you answer all these questions which I have asked? Because I am a devotee of the Supreme Lord. I am always your devotee and the devotee of the Lord. Vidurji is telling, I am your devotee. He is telling to Maitreya. So therefore, please narrate all the stories. In the second canto, sixth chapter, last verse, Brahmaji describes four qualities of Leela Avatar Katha. Because Narad Muni had asked about the various creation pastimes, he had asked, I think you are the supreme, you are creating, you are maintaining, you are destroying. It seems you are the Supreme Lord. And Yad Rupam, Yad Adhishthanam, Yadashtam Idam Prabho. He asked so many questions. Param Yacha. So after describing all the creation pastimes, then Brahmaji says, I have described everything, whatever you wanted to hear. Now I will describe something what is very dear to me. That is the Leela Avatar Katha. And it tells the four reasons of four benefits or four qualities of Leela Avatar Katha. Pradhanyato yat rishamananti Leela Avataran Purushasya Bhumna Apiyatam Karna Kashaya Shoshan Anukramishye Yahiman Shupeshan. Risha Amananti, they are worshipped by the sages. Apiyatam, they are meant to be relished. Karna Kashaya Shoshan, and they destroy all the foul matters which are accumulated in the ears. And Supesham, they are very, very attractive. So, this theme of encouraging the speaker, it is always there throughout Bhagavatam. Shaunaka Rishis are encouraging Sut Goswami. Parikshit Maharaj encourages Shukdev Goswami. Maitreya Muni is being encouraged by Vidurji here. Please tell me, I am your devotee. Again and again, such confirmation is given to express the laulyam. I want to hear. Can you please tell me? This laulyam is very, very important. Because if somebody wants to increase the faith, then one has to express the confidence in the speaker that I want to hear from you. That will increase my faith. And seeing the confidence of the audience, the speaker also gets enlivened and he also speaks. Somebody may say, well, the purpose of this Kali Yuga is chanting of the names of the Lord. Harir Namanu Kirtanam, Shukdev Goswami himself tells in the second canto, second chapter, Etan Nirvidyamananam Ichchatam Kuto Bhayam Yoginam Nripanirnitam Harir Nam Anukirtanam. It is ascertained by all the sages that chanting of the names of Hari is the best way. Harir Nam Anukirtanam. And in the last verse of the Bhagavatam also says, Nam Sankirtanam Yasya Sarvapava Pranashanam Pranamo Dukkhashamnam Tamar Namami Harim Param. This chanting of the names of the Lord can destroy all all the bad effects, all the sin will be destroyed. So somebody may say, well, if Kirtan is the essence, why Shukdev Goswami is speaking Bhagavatam for 7 days? He should have spoken, he should have done Kirtan for 7 days, right? Why he spent time speaking about all these wonderful Leela avatars and Purusha avatars, Katha, and why? Because all the other cantos, they increase our faith in those pastimes. And they're meant to increase the faith in the Kirtan. Just like when we chant our rounds before beginning our chanting, we hear something, just few minutes, some japa reflection or some book we read. Why? Why wasting time in all this? Ultimately, we have to chant only. Why we are wasting time of chanting? Because those few minutes of reading something about japa, hearing something about japa, will increase the quality of our japa. And ultimately, it is the quality of chanting which matters. Otherwise, Bahujanma Koreyadi Shravana Kirtan Tabutana Pai Krishna Pade Premadhan. If somebody is not chanting the qualitative rounds, then he may go on chanting for millions of lifetimes. So all this Purushavatar Katha, Leela Avatar Katha, all these wonderful pastimes should increase our faith in the pastimes of the Lord, in the chanting of the names of the Lord. Srila Prabhupada describes how Krishna is known as Avatari. He takes avatar in various forms, and nobody can understand the Lord by mental speculation. One can understand the Lord only by hearing from the authoritative sources. So Maitreya Muni, when he heard all these wonderful questions, he was very happy to hear all these wonderful questions. Sudha Goswami, he continues the discussion that Maitreya, he was very inspired to hear such wonderful questions from Vidurji. And he first began to praise Vidura. So that is also a very consistent theme. Whenever the audience asks something, the speaker first glorifies the audience. Just like when Narad Muni asks Brahmaji, I think you are the supreme. I don't know why you are doing meditation. You are like a spider, creating, maintaining, destroying by your own. So the first thing Brahmaji says, you have done a great favor to me. Samyak karuणिकस्येदं वत्सते विचिकित्सितं यदहं चोदितः सौम्य भगवद्वीर्य darshane. Samyak karuणिकस्येदं, you have shown extreme mercy to me because you have allowed me to meditate on the pastimes of the Lord. Prabhupada writes, the talks of Krishna Katha is spiritually so inspiring that the reciter and the hearer are never exhausted. It is it is always new and newer and newer. Nitya Nava Navayaman. Previously also when Maitreya Muni asked that you must have heard about Dharma Artha Kama Moksha, because Vidurji said, I have heard about Dharma Artha Kama Moksha a lot from my father Vyasdev. But those topics, they have not satisfied me much. Well, you must have heard about Krishna also. Kastripnuya Tirthapadobhidhana Satreshu Vasuriviryamana Yah Karnanadim Purushasya Yato Bhava Pradamageha Ratim Chinatti. Who can be satisfied hearing about Krishna Katha? One can never get satisfied, one never gets satiated. There is a principle of satiation in the mundane world. Whenever we read something, we get satisfied. We don't want to read any newspaper again. But Krishna Katha, always youthful, always new. So then Maitreya Muni continues the story after glorifying uh, Vidurji. He says, Prithu Maharaj, after he was enthroned, all the sages and the Brahmanas, they glorified, they declared that Prithu Maharaj is the protector of all the citizens. And then, after some time, In the kingdom, there was a scarcity of food grains. The citizens, they came and they started speaking to Prithu Maharaj. They were requesting Prithu Maharaj. Srila Prabhupada in the purport, he describes the relation between Brahmanas and Kshatriyas. The Brahmanas are supposed to control the Kshatriyas by giving good instructions. Prabhupada gives example how these Brahmanas earlier, they killed Vena, then they churned the body of Vena, and Prithu Maharaj appeared. So Brahmanas, they had the power. But that power was used for the welfare of people in general. They never overtook the whole kingdom. They always guided the Kshatriyas. Prabhupada writes, the structure of Varnashram Dharma was so nice that Brahmanas would guide the head of the state, and the head of the state would give protection to the citizens. Brahmanas, they never thought, we will only rule. No, even after killing Vena, they went back for performing their sacrifices. They didn't decide among themselves, okay, now who will become the king? We have killed the king. No, they just went back. So the citizens, they came and they are requesting, oh, we are suffering from hunger, oh, great king. It is like a tree. We are like a tree with a fire burning in the hollow of the trunk. Powering off. That tree is being burned from inside. So our fire of hunger is burning us from inside. Jatragni. And we are getting really dried up. So please do something because you are the supreme, you are worth taking shelter, and you are powerful. You are worth taking shelter. Sharanyam. So that's how everything about the Lord is worth doing. Last time also we were discussing. You are worth taking shelter. Smaraniya, Bhajaniya, Namaniya, Sprihaniya, Ikshaniya, Darshaniya, Vandaniya. Everything about the Lord is worth doing. He's worth taking shelter of. So therefore, please give us some food. We are dying of hunger. Prabhupada in the purport, he again describes the role of a Kshatriya. Kshatriya is supposed to be the master of all the living entities and protect them. Prabhupada writes, when people are perplexed in this way, they should approach the head of the government, and president should take immediate action to mitigate the distress of the people. After hearing the distress and lamentable condition of all the citizens, Prithu Maharaji contemplated for a while. He was thinking, what must be the reason? He could not find any other cause. He was thinking for a long time to find out the reason why these people are suffering, why there is no grains. Ultimately, he arrived to the conclusion. He realized that none of the citizens are faulty because they are doing their duties, but still the earth is not producing grains. So earth is responsible for all this calamity. He took up the bow and arrow and aimed at earth. He was about to destroy the entire earth, Bhumandal, out of his anger, just like Lord Shiva. Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur writes, he discerned, though I was made the king, I will use the fourth method against the earth who is hiding the seeds. Danda. Sama, Dama, Bhed, and Danda. So ultimately he thought, I'll have to punish him. So the king should be aware of the situation of the citizens. Just like in the history, it is a very, very common, famous incident. Infamous. One time the citizens, they approached the Queen of England and they were shouting slogans and protesting. And the Queen asked the ministers, why are they protesting? The minister said, because they don't have bread to eat. They're starving. And the Queen was so oblivious of the situation of the people. She said, oh, If they don't have bread, they can eat cakes. She was so cut off from the whole scenario. Prabhupada writes, King Prithu found out the cause for the scarcity of food grains. He could understand that it was not the people's fault, for they were not lazy. Rather, earth was not producing sufficient food grains. And then Prabhupada writes, actually, earth can produce grains sufficiently, but for some reasons, sometimes the earth does not produce food grains. And people say, oh, there is overpopulation, that's why people are not getting grains. No, it is not the fact. There is no problem of grains. In fact, there are still countries where tons and tons of grains are thrown in the sea to maintain the market rates, to maintain the economy. So Prithu Maharaj, he took up the bow and arrow and he ran behind Mother Earth. As soon as she saw that Prithu Maharaj is coming, he's not an ordinary person with a bow and arrow coming. He's the Supreme Lord's avatar of the administrative potency. She began trembling in fear, very afraid. She began to flee away, run away like a deer who is being chased by a hunter. And she thought of something, how to save herself, because Prithu Maharaj is a great king, he's a dharmic king, and a king will never kill a cow. She took the form of a cow. But she forgot that if a person does something wrong, even if he takes the form of a or a dress of an innocent person, the police will not leave him. He'll be killed. He'll be punished or arrested. Just like in Krishna Lila, this Arishtasur demon came. He was a demon in the form of a bull, but still Krishna killed him. Prabhupada writes, just like the mother produces various children, male, both male and female, womb of Mother Earth produces all the different kinds of living entities. Therefore, Earth can take any shape. And because the cow should never be killed, she took the form of a cow. And she saw that Prithu Maharaj's eyes are red, angry, angry, red like a early morning sun. He was chasing her, placing his arrow on his bow. Wherever she was running, he was chasing her. She ran everywhere. She ran in heavenly planets. She ran in the Antariksha. Everywhere she ran. But Prithu Maharaj didn't leave her. Maitrumuni says, just as a man cannot escape the cruel hands of death, Prabhupada tells funny stories. One time a man started thinking, oh, I want to avoid death. So Yamaraj is a very cultured person. If I cover myself with the stool, Yamaraj will not come near me and I'll be saved. But still he was arrested by Yamaraj, Yamdutas. So wherever she went, wherever she ran, Prithu Maharaj was following her. And now she understood that I cannot run away from Prithu Maharaj. She started giving reasons why Prithu should not kill her. First reason she tells, you are a dharmagya. You know a cow should never be killed. And I am a cow and I am a woman. So why are you killing me? You know the principles of dharma. According to the principles of religion, a woman, a cow, a child, and a brahmana or an old man, these five people should never be killed, never be punished. They should be given protection at all times. And then she says, I am very poor. Second reason she says, I am very poor. I have not committed anything sinful. Why are you killing me? If somebody does something sinful, then I can understand, okay, he deserves to be killed or she deserves to be killed. I have not done anything sinful. Thirdly, she says, I am a woman. Why are you so envious of me? I am a cow. I have not done anything sinful. And I am a woman. And in scriptures, it is said, even if a woman does something sinful, no one should punish her. What to speak of you, O dear king? You are a personification of dharma. Why are you killing me? Why do you want to kill me? You are a protector of everyone. You are affectionate to poor people. Fourth reason she says, if you destroy me, I am like a strong boat. If you destroy me and all the paraphernalia of the world which is standing on me, it will be gone. So how will you protect your subject? How will you maintain them? How where you will keep them? Because if earth is not there, where will the citizens live? Where will the living entities go? So after hearing all these questions from uh, Bhumi Devi, Ritu Maharaj, he is still very angry. He says, I will surely kill you. Vasudhe tvam vadhishyami massashan paran mukhim bhagam barhishiyan bringte na tanoti chano vasu. You are asking me what I have done? First sin you have done is you have disobeyed my order. Massashan paran mukham, you have disobeyed my order. That is your first sinful activity. Your second sinful activity is, although you are taking the share of your sacrificial oblations, but you are not reciprocating. So many people are performing yajna, but you are not producing food grains. What is this? Therefore, I will have to kill you. Prabhupada writes, because this Mother Earth was saying so many things that I am a woman, I am a cow, I have not done anything sinful. Where will you keep all your citizens? He's saying, first of all, you have disobeyed me. You are not giving proper share. Although you are eating grass every day, you are not filling your milk bag because she's in the form of a cow. So he is also speaking in the language of the cow. You are eating grass every day, but not reciprocating. You are not filling your milk bag. So therefore, since you are willfully committing offenses, you cannot say that you are not punishable. Because just because you are a cow, I'll not punish you. I'll punish you for sure. Prabhupada writes, as one of the demigods, Mother Earth was taking her share in the yajna. That is, she was eating the green grass, but in return, she was not producing grains. So therefore, Prithu Maharaj threatened her that I'll punish you. Prithu Maharaj continues, you have lost your intelligence, and you are not accepting my order. Although I am ordering you, still you are not giving me seeds and grains. You are not delivering. What do you think? All of these seeds belong to you? They were created by Brahmaji. In the beginning of the creation, Brahmaji created. Why are you hiding within yourself? It is not your property. Very strong, very angry, Prithu Maharaj is telling. Prabhupada again writes, by his example, Prithu Maharaj indicates that whenever there is scarcity in the food production, the head of the state should take steps to see why there is no sufficient production of food grains. One time, a disciple came to Prabhupada with a newspaper, and in that newspaper, there was a report that the prime minister at that time had gone to one area which was in Maharashtra. It was drought. It was hit by drought, and as soon as this person she reached there. People were pelting stones. And the disciples, they were shocked that, Prabhupada, how can somebody do this to Prime Minister? Because it was not her fault. Rains were not coming. What she'll do? Prabhupada told, actually, it is a duty of the king to put everything all right. The king has to make arrangements that citizens are taken care of. There should be sufficient food grains for everyone. So therefore, the citizens have to become angry. Prithu Maharaj continues. Now, with my arrows, I shall cut you to pieces, and I shall satisfy all my hunger stricken citizens with your flesh. Prabhupada clarifies in the purport about animal killing, eating flesh, eating meat. When one can eat meat? In a rare circumstance, when there is no supply of grains, then the government can allow sanction of eating meat, but not when there is sufficient food. And nowadays, there is no scarcity of food grains. There is ample amount of food grains everywhere. But still, the scarcity is not because of lack of grains, but because of greed. And on top of that, people are opening slaughterhouses. Prabhupada writes, if despite a sufficient supply of grass, a cow does not supply milk, and if there is acute shortage of food, the dried up cow may be utilized to feed the hungry masses of people. Still, there is no injunction for killing a cow. Prabhupada would tell that in extreme situations, okay, goat meat can be eaten, but never cow. So that's how Prabhupada writes that currently there is no such scarcity like no food grains. No, it is there. But people, they indulge in eating meat because of their uncontrolled tongue. And nowhere in the scriptures the slaughterhouse is recommended. Ritu Maharaj continues. You are telling that, oh, I am a woman. In any situation, a woman should not be killed. He says, any person, a man, a woman, or a eunuch, if that person is only interested in his own personal maintenance and does not show compassion to other living entities, he or she can be killed. Such killing is never considered killing. A cruel person should be killed. Chakravarti Thakur writes, killing a person mad with ego who has no mercy is not killing. That is because a cruel person who does not show compassion on other living entities, he should not be, uh, he should be killed. Prabhupada writes about compassion. What is real compassion? Because compassion is the very, very fundamental quality of a Vaishnava, Jiva Daya, Prabhupada writes. As far as the field of spiritual activities is concerned, when a devotee is self-satisfied and does not preach the glories of Krishna, he is not considered a first-class devotee. A devotee who tries to preach, who has compassion upon innocent people who have no knowledge of Krishna, is a superior devotee. So, a person who is practicing and preaching, showing compassion, that is pleasing to the Lord more. Prabhupada quotes Prahlad Maharaj. Naivodvije paraduratyaya vaitaranya twadvirya gayana mahamritamagna triptaha magna chittaha shochetato vimukhachetasa indriyartha maya sukhaya bharamudvahato vimudhan. Oh, there are some sages, they are just satisfied, they stay in a solitary place and doing their bhajan. But Prayana Mugnio Swavimukti Kama Maunam Charanti Nijane na Parartha Nishtha. But I am not like that. And personally, I'm not so much concerned about my personal liberation. Naivodvije Paraduratyaya Vaitaranya Twadabiri Gayan Mahamrita Magna Chitta. Because I am always absorbed in your name form pastimes, I don't even think about liberation. That is always there, already there. I am just lamenting Shoche Tato Vimukhacheta. Those people who have turned their faces away from you, O my Lord, I am just lamenting for them. Ritu Maharaj continues, I'll cut you and I'll support. You are thinking, how can I kill you? I will kill you. I'll feed cow meat to everyone because you are not real cow. You are a fake, you are a false cow. And you are telling that how will I maintain citizens if I kill you? I am capable of maintaining all the citizens myself. With my powers, I'll maintain them. It is not so wonderful for a devotee to exhibit such powers. In the fifth canto, when it is described how Priyavrat Maharaj, he creates 7 islands and 7 oceans by his chariot wheels. He circumambulates the Meru mountain, becomes another sun. Parikshit Maharaj is astonished. Shukdev Goswami says it is not so astonishing because the devotee of the Lord can do anything. Supreme Lord, his name is so powerful, he can deliver anyone by his names. So, what is so wonderful about, doing something miraculous for a devotee? Naivam Veda Purushakara Urukramasya Pumsam Tadangri Rajasajita Shadgunanam. So, it is not so wonderful. The Supreme Lord, he can deliver one. So devotee is also equally empowered. So after hearing all this, she understood that there is no escape. She cannot run away. And Prithu Maharaj, he was standing like Yamraj, death personified, very angry, anger personified. She began to tremble. She surrendered with her folded hands. She started offering prayers. She said, Oh, Supreme Personality, you are always transcendental in position. All the living beings, they have come from you. All the creation has come from you. And although everything is coming from you, you are not affected by any of this world. Your form is transcendental, you are not affected. And only by your internal potency one can realize you, by your Chit Shakti, not by Maya Shakti. A person who is covered by Maya Shakti, they can never understand you. Prabhupada writes, if it is possible for a devotee to remain transcendental, it is certainly possible for Supreme Lord to remain transcendental. If the devotee is beyond modes, then how can Supreme Lord come under modes? So when the Mayavadis, they say, oh, when the Brahman is covered by mood of goodness, he becomes avatar, it is not accepted. Ritu Maharaj may say, well, if this is so, then according to your own words, I am not attached to you, I'll kill you. She says, no, 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 please, you are independent, but actually you have created me. I should not kill the creeper which has been planted by one's own hand. You have created me and you cannot kill me. I am there to assist you only. I am doing your service. I am giving shelter for all the jivas. So all the various types of 4 types of living entities, they are protected by me. Shvedaja, Andaja, Udbijja, Jarayuja. The living entities coming from embryo, womb, perspiration, and earth. So therefore, you are now ready to kill me with your weapons. You tell me, where will I go? Because you are the Supreme Lord and you have created me and you want to kill me. Where will I go? Tell me, who will give me protection? So now Mother Earth is surrendering. So she is really exhibiting full surrender in front of the Lord. I have nowhere else to go, my Lord. Only you are there. Now you decide what to do. Ritu Maharaj may say, well, if you say that I am independent, then why are you protesting? Let me destroy you. Next verse, he says, oh my Lord, has the time for destruction come? You know, it is a time for maintenance. And why are you eager to kill me, destroy me? Your job is to maintain now. The time of destruction has not come. Why are you destroying me? Prabhupada writes, The planet Earth questions why she should be killed when the Lord is prepared to give protection to everyone. You are giving protection to everyone. Why are you killing me? Ritu Maharaj may say, oh, that means you are saying I am not religious. I am following irreligiousness. You are saying that it is time for destruction and it is not the time for destruction and I am still destroying you. It is a religious act. She says, no, 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 not at all. You are always supremely religious, but your powers are difficult to understand. Nobody can understand why you are acting in certain ways. As Bhishma tells Yudhishthir Maharaj, this personality in front of you, don't think he is your maternal cousin. Yanmanyase matuleyam surin mitram priyattamam makarot sachivam dutam sauridat atasarathi. He is none of them. He is a supreme lord personality, Yeshavai Bhagavan Sakshat, Adyo Narayana Puman, and he bewilders everyone. Nobody can understand how he works. Nahi asya karechit rajan, Puman Ved Viditsitam, Yad Vijigyasaya Yukta Muhyanti Kavayopihi. So great personalities are bewildered. I am also bewildered about, by your Maya. I cannot understand you. So therefore, I just offer your obeisances, offer obeisances unto you. And in this way, she is trying to invoke mercy of the Lord by remembering that actually you only lifted me in the previous avatar as a boar. You protected me, you protected your citizens. She's reminding the Lord, you want to kill me, but previously you only protected me. So please protect me now also. This is the principle of Ananya Gatitvam. I have nowhere else to go. What can I do, O my Lord? Just like a child who is beaten by his mother, you must have seen sometimes the child catches hold of the mother only when cries, when the mother beats him for the mistake which he does. So Earth is saying, I cannot go anywhere. You protected me, and now you want to kill me. What will I do? She continues. Though the wives of the Devatas or their sons or servants may believe you will kill me, I do not believe you will kill. You will never kill me. I know that. So that's how she is trying to, generate compassion. If you kill me, I know you are most charitable. If you kill me, your fame will be lost. How can you be uncharitable? How can you be not compassionate? So that's how the Lord's activities are many times inconceivable. Nobody can understand why Lord works in certain ways. So therefore, in this way, Mother Earth, she is trying to invoke compassion in Prithu Maharaj's heart. And Prithu Maharaj, hearing this, he responds. That will be the next chapter. That's how this chapter ends. We'll stop here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.